Hello. So today I want to talk to you about the game Cabriole from Day Games. And this is a game that is currently crowdfunding. And I feel like this time of year, we get some of the best crowdfunding games because when we get to the end of the year, a lot of that kind of shuts down because everyone's doing the holiday thing. So I feel like so many good games come out right now. And this one is fantastic. So you are 18th century furniture makers, which to me, it feels like I'm getting to make the furniture for like Downton Abbey houses or Pride and Prejudice. I know the time periods aren't quite right. That's not the point. Or I'm making the furniture for the estates and obsession. So in this game, the main driver of it is worker placement, which I love. And it does worker placement in a little bit of a different way. There's a few tweaks that I think makes it great. So let me tell you about this. Everybody, it is currently a 2 to 4 player game, but I have seen the outline of the solo rules and they look fantastic. So yes, it will have a solo. Everybody's going to get a player board. I'm green, obviously. And on your player board, you're going to get your player pieces. This is a prototype, so just no tweaks will be made. So you have your 5 assistants, which are what are going to go out on the board and be able to get you the things that you need. And you have these 4 cubes. Everybody is going to get one of the 6 starting cards, and they are similar, but they have slight variabilities. And on the back is your scoring player aid. So if this were my starting card, it tells me that I get a joiner and a turner, and then it tells me the starting money that I get as well. And everybody's going to get 2 workers at the apprentice level. So I got a joiner and a turner. The other 2 are a carver and an upholder, and you will have the opportunity to hire those that you don't already have because you will need them in the game. And you have the opportunity in the game to train your workers from an apprentice to a journeyman to a master, and you do get more points the more well-trained your workers are. So, and I get 19 to start with. So your money comes in denominations of 10, 5, and 1. So I will take my 19 and I will put it in my little chest. And then all of my goods that I collect will go over here. We have some other player workers. And then let me show you the board. So this is the individual board that everyone has to keep track of things. And I do know that a stretch goal is to get this dual layered, which would be divine so that everything stays where it should. So in the board, we have several places that we can go to make things happen in this game. So we've got our round tracker right here, which is great. And then what's going to happen is it's played over 6 rounds. And we have 2 different decks of cards. We have deck A and deck B. Deck A is used for rounds 1, 2, and 3. Deck B is used for rounds 4, 5, and 6. As you can imagine, deck B maybe gives you a little bit better of some things. So we will have 4 cards placed out, and based on player count, we'll determine how many of these rows are placed out. Let's just say we're doing a 2-player game right now. So we have, I need a bigger table or a better camera setup. As you can see, we have our rows placed out. And so one of the places that we can go is along here to get items. So sometimes we can just get a good, which is fantastic because it's free. We can train or hire a worker, which is great, also for free. Or there's these project cards out here, and projects come in 3 types. There's chairs, chests, and tables. And the more sets of all 3 you have, again, the more points you will get. The other interesting thing about these is when you complete one of these projects, so it tells you what workers are required to complete them, and different levels of workers can only work on so many projects per round. And then you have coins or victory points. So when you complete a project, you have to decide, am I completing this for coins or for victory points? I can't complete it for both. So in the beginning, you're probably going to complete more for coins. And as the rounds go on, you're probably going to want to start accumulating those victory points. So you have your 5 assistants that you get to send out. And so let's say I really want something from here. So I can put my worker there, and then the next player would go, and they also want something from there. So they're going to go there, but I'm first, so I get first pick. And then maybe I want something from here. Now, once workers are placed in all but one of the areas, this is now off limits. That does not mean that nothing can be gotten from there, but it will cost you, and only 1 person or 2 based on player count will get that. And that's coming over to this square, the extra project square. So if someone comes over here, they get to take 2 cards. If they take it from these non-off-limit rounds, it's free. If they really want something from off-limits, it will cost them money. 1 card will cost them 2 coins. 2 cards will cost them 5 coins. So it's going to cost you. So we're going to place out all of our workers, and then we're going to resolve in order. The other areas we can go to is the training area. So I'm going to place one of my assistants there. Or we can go out and we can collect different types of goods. There's oak, walnut, silk, and mahogany. In a 2-player game, you don't use oak. In a 3 or 4-player game, you do. So you place your worker out there, and again, the other players or the assistants will place theirs. Then we resolve. So I'm here first, so I take what I want. Off limits, I'm here first as well, so I take what I want, and then they take what they want. And then I'm here, so I get the free cards. I could pay some money and take this, and I could get this for free. And then, the ones that have immediate benefits, we resolve. We take those workers back. These cards stay here, and they will get coins on them so that they are more valuable in future rounds. So that happens, but for now, I'm just going to move all this aside so that we can see the rest of the board. Then we come over here. We have our worker area where we can hire or train workers. So as you can see, each of the 4 workers are here, and there's 2 spots below them. So I'm first in turn order. So maybe I really want that upholder. So I go here, pay the 4 coins, and either hire or train. If I already have one, I'm training. If I don't have one, I'm hiring. And then the other people here do the same thing. If they want an upholder, they can go there, but it will cost them 6, or they can go somewhere else. And then we resolve our oak, our walnut, our silk, and our mahogany. And the way that this works is I can buy 1 for 2 and coins. Each of them are a little bit different. The more expensive goods cost more. I can buy 2 pieces of oak for 5, 3 pieces of oak for 9, or 4 pieces of oak for 14. And wherever I go, the next worker has to pick a different spot. So you can use this to your advantage if you notice that they maybe really need just a certain amount, or they're low on funds. You can kind of, if you're ahead of them in turn order, you can take what you want, which will benefit you. Then we look at our projects. We can have up to 6 uncompleted projects at a time at the end of the round. We complete any that we want to, so we'll just move them to the other side, pay their goods, decide if we're getting coins or points, and then we do it again. We put the coins, like I said, on the leftover cards, and then we refill everything up to 4 cards, so there's always 4 cards. The off limits goes away and will be placed out on the new row that doesn't have workers on it, the last one to get picked. And we do that for 6 rounds, and whoever has the most points wins. This game, I love it because I love the different orders. So it's not like you can't ever go to a place. In a lot of worker placement games, once someone goes there, you can't go there no matter what. You can still go there. You just may not get the thing you want. I also love that you get all 5 of your players at the beginning. You don't have to unlock for these worker placement spots. You have all 5. Sure, you're going to be training your actual talent who's making the furniture, but you have all 5 at the beginning. So you're immediately getting to do lots of actions. I love that you can send multiple workers to the same location to do something that you really, really want. So if I really want to hire a bunch of workers early on, I can send multiple there in order to really start training my staff very quickly. So I think that the theme of the game is super interesting. Like I said, Obsession's one of my favorite games. I love things kind of set in that older time. I think the game is really fun. It definitely has some head-to-head interaction, even though you're doing a lot of your own things, but there are ways that you can hinder other players, or that they may intentionally or inadvertently hinder you, but there's still options and workarounds. There's a lot of different paths to victory, and also figuring out, when do I want to get money and when do I want to get points for my completed project. So this is a really, really fabulous game. If you enjoy worker placement, please consider going to the Kickstarter and looking it up. I am so excited about this one. As soon as I played it again because I was like, yes, I love this game. So this is Cabriole. Look for it now on Kickstarter. Let me know what you think of it and kind of this theming, this era of time. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.